the start of 1066, the King of England was Edward the Confessor, the last Saxon King of England. He was terribly poorly though, and had dysentery, and was slowly pooing himself to death. Just before he died, he said he wanted Harold Godwinson, the most powerful earl in the country and husband to his daughter, to become King of England. The Witan, the Saxon Council, agree, but this upsets two people. It upsets William, Duke of Normandy, who Edward the Confessor had promised would be king after his death many, many years before. And just a handful of years before, Harold Godwinson had been shipwrecked in Normandy, had been taken in by William, and William had made Harold promise on Saint's bones that William could succeed the throne when Edward died. But Harold has now gone back on that promise. It also upsets Harald Hardrada, the King of Norway, relative to a previous King of England, King Canute, who's got a claim to the throne. Now he's being encouraged by Harold's own brother, Tostig, to come over, attack, take the crown of England, and Tostig is telling Harold that the people of England would welcome him as king and prefer him as king to Harold. So the scene is set for a huge showdown. Harold raises the feared, this peasant army, which he calls upon in times of emergency, positions them by the Isle of Wight, waiting for William's attack. But William does not attack. And by the summer of 1066, the army is getting restless. They want to go back to their farms, so Harold disbands the army and goes back to London. But meanwhile, Harald Hardrada does get his troops ready. 300 Viking longboats sail across the North Sea. Harald and Tostig land near York. They start pillaging, destroying the countryside. The Earl of Morcar, who's the Saxon Earl in charge of the north, he comes out to meet them in battle at a place called Gate Fulford, but is defeated by Tostig and Harald. The people of York are worried that the whole town is going to be destroyed, so they agree to send hostages out to Harald and Tostig. Meanwhile, Harold raises the feared once more and marches 5 days and nights all the way up to where Tostig and Harold's army are waiting the hostages from York, and catches them completely by surprise. There's a massive battle, the biggest battle that England had ever seen, at a place called Stamford Bridge, not where Chelsea play. And Harald and Tostig are hacked to death. Harold's Saxon army is jubilant, but they have no time to enjoy the victory as they hear that William has got his army together, has sailed across the Channel and landed in Pevensey Bay near Hastings, and started burning and destroying all the land down there. So 5 days and nights march, they go down to Hastings and arrive to face the Norman army. Their morale is high, they've beaten the Vikings, but they are clearly exhausted after their long march. So Harold's troops take the strategic advantageous position up on a hill, became known as Senlac Hill, the hill of the Lake of Blood. And there they formed the shield wall, hoping to hold it all day. And if they could hold it all day, it means that William couldn't break through and get to London up the track that they were defending, and they would be victorious. William had prepared his troops. He had different types of troops. He had the great Norman cavalry trained to scatter all infantry before them, archers and infantry themselves. So, October 1066, the two armies meet. William first of all orders his archers to fire at the shield wall, and they do. And the arrows stick in the shields and cause no damage. He then orders his infantry to charge up the hill and try and break through the shield wall, but they fail, and the shield wall still holds. He then orders his cavalry to charge up the hill, thinking that this will make the Saxons scatter, but it doesn't. They bravely hold the shield wall as well. So, for the rest of the morning, all the way along the shield wall, there are Normans trying to hack their way through, and they cannot. But then, towards the early afternoon, on the left-hand side of the Norman line, rumours begin to go round that William is dead, and some Normans turn and flee. William sees this, takes off his battle helmet and his armour, and he says, "No, I am not dead, I'm still alive." Hearing this, the Normans realise it and they turn round, but they see that some Saxons have charged down the hill full of bloodlust after them. But the Saxons realise they are now isolated, and the Normans hack them to death. William sees this, he thinks, wow, what a great strategy. And throughout the afternoon, he keeps repeating it at different points along the line, where the Normans pretend to retreat, the Saxons chase after them, they then turn and hack them to pieces, and the Saxon line slowly weakens. William then rides over to his archers, and he tells his archers, this morning you just fired at the wall, now I want you to fire over the top of the wall and see if you can hit them from behind. And so that's what the archers did, they fired high up into the air, and began to wear down the Saxon line with arrows from the sky. Indeed, Harold himself heard a whizzing up in the sky. He looked up, and then an arrow hit him straight in the eye. Blood spurted everywhere, and he collapsed. In the confusion in the line that followed, Norman troops broke through the shield wall and hacked Harold to death. The farmer soldiers of the fields, when they heard rumours that Harold had died, they knew that there was nothing left to fight for. They were keen to get back to their crops, take in the harvest, else they were going to starve in the winter. And so the Saxon army slowly disappeared, leaving just a battlefield strewn in corpses, victorious Normans, and William, who will no longer be known as William the Bastard as he was before, but was now William the Conqueror, William the First, King of England.